Hello YouTube, and it's still day 24, even though the last video said day 23, it was filmed today, which is the 24th, and that's because I missed a day, uh, but I kind of made up for it by playing some music, and I'm not going to play anything right now, but I'm still learning the Song of Storms, and it's just this one part that I'm really struggling with, because even my brother, who's been playing piano for years, um, says that it would take him a while to learn, where if you I still don't know the right terminology for it, so even if you are experienced with the piano, you might not exactly understand what I'm saying. But for Song of Storms, the particular arrangement that I have the sheet music for is you have to play D on both octaves, and then go to do a chord, triad on the D chord, if that's what it's called, uh, in one beat, like do do do. Like I can't sing it or anything, but just that, and then E. Instead of playing them both at the same time, you have to do the left, then the right, and then a chord on it, all within the same like quick beat, and then move over one to the F, and do the same as you did with the D, and then move back to the E, do it again. It's really hard, at least for me, because I've only been playing piano for like a few months, so it's pretty difficult for me. I'm sure there's probably some like expert piano players that are like, oh come on, I learned that in fifth grade or something. Well, they probably didn't. Well, I don't know. Some people might. Um, yeah, and then I have to do that while playing the melody for the actual Song of Storms with my right hand. Which, I mean, my brother, he learned it a long time ago, so he can do it fine, but I still tend to mess up, especially because I have to play a part with my ring finger and pinky, which I'm sure I could just play it with my other fingers, but because of the way I'm playing it, I'm sort of getting used to doing it with my pinky and ring finger. But then because they're kind of weak fingers, I don't always press the keys as hard as I need to, or I'll have less control over them, I guess. And then I'm practicing on a keyboard, but I'm going to be playing on an actual piano, so the keys will be weighted or heavier or something. So I'll have to practice for that more. Um, Other than that, I still don't have my allowance, which is funny because I should know when I get my allowance by now. I don't know why I keep thinking it's the 20th, even though I don't have it as the 24th. And I don't really mean to complain because I'm supposed to be getting allowance for the chores that I do, and I haven't really been doing my chores very often. So, I mean, I'm not going to complain if I don't get my allowance. It's just like with the allowance, hopefully I'll be able to buy fraps, which is about half my allowance, or costs about half my allowance, which is kind of funny because I'm pretty much out of money right now. And my mom was asking me, like, where does your money go? Like, I give you $75 a month. And really, it used to all go towards food. Because, not just like me eating out because I feel like it, but because I go to college and it's a community college. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I used to have class, well, I do have class from 8 to 9:30 in the morning, and then 9:30 to 11 uh, still in the morning, and then I would have a class at 12:30 until 2, and then a class at 7 until 10, which really only goes until about 9. But so instead of me coming back home for an hour and a half, and then going back for class, and then coming home for another 5 hours, and then going back to class, because I don't have a car, and that is technically around lunchtime for my mom or my sister to come pick me up, that it would still be a lot of driving back and forth and using a lot of gas. So instead, they just had me wait there all day, which, I mean, uh, I was okay with it. I wasn't against it very much because at first I was thinking, okay, I can just do homework. There's a library. I don't have internet at school, so I'm not going to be distracted by the internet. And then I found out I do have internet in a specific building, so that kind of ruined that plan. um, but I mean, I was still there all day. So they have a Subway at the school, and at first I was getting a $5 foot long for lunch and dinner because I have to stay there for lunch and dinner. and then that ended up being $10 a day, which is 2 days a week, which is $20, and then of course 4 weeks in a month, which is $80 a month spending on food because I'm there and I need food, which is $5 more than I earn a month. So I needed to change something. So instead, I would get one $5 footlong for the whole day. So I just eat 6 inches for lunch and then 6 inches for dinner. But that's still $40 a month. Which, I mean, I've only recently started cutting back like that. So it was only recently that I started actually keeping some money. And there were a couple times when, like 2 or 3 times in 1 month, that I would actually go out to eat and pay for my food, because I still live at home. I'm still like a kid. I mean, I am technically a kid, I guess. I'm 19, so technically an adult, but I'm still like that youngest child, kid type person. And since I don't actually have a job, most of the time whenever we go out to eat, my parents will just pay for me, which I'm okay with. It's just if I had a job and a steady income aside from my allowance, then I would pay for myself. But again, now that I dropped that class, the 12:30 to 2, my mom is okay with me getting picked up, so that I'm skipping that class. Or I'm not skipping that class because I don't have that class anymore. So now I'm not paying for Subway for food all the time. So now I'll actually be able to keep some money and save up, after I buy fraps and everything. But this is already kind of turning into a long vlog. I still don't know what would be a long vlog. I guess it would depend on the entertainment value, which in my case would mean like a minute is kind of long. But yeah, I was thinking of playing games on Congregate, which I explain Congregate as like the YouTube of Flash games, if that makes sense to you. It's just a place where a bunch of games, or where you can put a bunch of games and people can find them, basically like YouTube, but again, for games. I was thinking of using Fraps, if it works right, to play a bunch of those games, because there are a lot of those games that are really cool, especially when I found today that I think it was called Acceleration, or something like that, where you're basically just constantly moving forward in this like tunnel, or what would you call it? Not a cylinder, well, maybe a cylinder, like a tunnel, I guess. And there's different like obstacles in the way, and you have to move your mouse to fly through them. And it's really fun and really addicting, and it looks really cool. So I wanted to use Fraps to play that, but again, I don't have Fraps yet. By the end of the month, I should get it. Maybe I get paid on the 25th. I don't know. It's funny, again, that I don't know. But other than that, I don't think there's really much else to talk about. So I have a boring life. Play music, amateurly, and I play games. Still not professionally. Yeah. That's my life. Oh, it was funny. I was talking to a friend of mine that I haven't talked to in a while, and he was asking like, oh, like what have you been up to? And I was just like, school. He was like, anything other than school? And I was thinking, well, I could tell him I started a YouTube channel and started posting videos and vlogging and stuff, but I still don't want to tell people that I vlog, which is kind of funny because that's how you get more followers. You tell people that you vlog. I mean, okay. Now, when people say like, oh, well, if they try to promote themselves on comments and like spam comments, I'm not a fan of spam comments, like constantly posting a whole bunch. But if you just send one comment saying like, oh, hey, this is the kind of stuff I put on my channel, would you mind checking it out? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, why is that bad? Just to say, hey, I have a channel, please check it out, and just posting like once per video that you're commenting on. Why is that bad? If they're spamming it like 20 times a video, then yeah, that's bad. But it's kind of like how I don't want to tell you to like the video or subscribe or anything, because that I want just to be from you. But if you really have no viewers and no one's looking for your stuff, how else are you going to promote yourself or get a bigger audience, except if other people, if you tell other people that you have a video or a channel or whatever. I know that you can promote a video on YouTube, but I still haven't looked into that or tried to do it or anything. I'm guessing it's like one of those ads that pre-roll ads, I guess. I'm guessing you can decide whether it's like a 15-second one that you can't skip, or like a minute one that you can skip after 5 seconds. I was thinking of making a trailer for my channel, or like an advertisement for my channel. It would probably be at least a minute long, and then have it be you can skip it after 5 seconds, or it might end up being just like a quick 15-second one that you can't skip. I don't know like where it would be posted or anything, where it would be advertised in front of, but I want to wait until I can record like cool looking footage from video game commentary, and then just play some kind of cool music over it, show a bunch of cool actiony scenes, and then have like a little disclaimer, warning, my channel may not be as exciting as this video says it is. But again, the reason I don't try to promote anything yet, because I don't really have much to promote. I don't have good content, and whenever I ask people like how else should they advertise themselves, they say make good content, which I guess I can kind of follow that. Like if you make a really cool video and then one person sees it and they're like, oh hey, you friend of mine or sibling of mine, come watch this, and then oh, they see it and they tell their friends, and then that's how it spreads. But really, that's a slow way. I mean, unless it's a really good video, and I'm sure there are plenty of people that have a bunch of subscribers that don't make really good videos, like viral videos, pretty much. Now, Psy and Gangnam Style, it's not that it's a bad video, it's not that I don't like it, it's just when one person like that gets such a huge viral video hit, and I know this is a long vlog, but when they get so popular because of that one video, so many other people think, hey, I put a bunch of videos out, I put a bunch of work into it. I specifically don't put that much work into this, it's a lazy vlog, but for other people that do put a bunch of work into their stuff and still don't get any kind of recognition, and then they just try to reach out, maybe say 1 or 2 comments of, oh hey, I have a channel, please check it out, and they get bogged down by spam, and so come on, how are the rest of us supposed to get famous, or at least some notoriety? So yeah, I think I've already ranted or vented about this kind of stuff already, but yeah, it's already a long vlog. I don't even know what to call this, because I'm talking about different subjects, and you'll know what I call it by now, because you can just look up at the title. It would be so cool if you watching this could see the title and then tell me so that I know what to title it before it's actually titled, which wouldn't make any sense because I'm recording it, which means unless it was a live stream, there's no way that you could know what it was. Never mind. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.